Moving on to running backs. You want to go first? Should I go first?
I can go first. We can switch it up.
Okay.
For my boom at running back, I feel like most people will already start it, but in case you're not thinking about it, start Austin Eckler. He's projected 12.6 points. Anthony Lynn, our Chargers head coach, as bad as he is, he loves running the ball. Running the ball.
Eckler had a great production last week.
He had a great production, and we will just continue to find him. He is like the Keenan Allen at running backs.
And so funny because you have the Austin Eckler of receivers.
And we still suck. But anyways, Eckler was all over the field, not just rushing, but catching as well. I expect a lot more against the Patriots, especially because we know their specialty on defense is their secondary. So I think they're going to use a lot of Eckler action in their game plan this week, knowing Anthony Lynn. So.
All right. My boom this week is David Montgomery. And this is why we've been saying David Montgomery is a guy you should be targeting for trades, because it's coming down to that time where his schedule is super nice. Last week, he had a great game against the Packers.
Trubisky sucks too. Oh my God, dude.
But yeah, I mean, even with a bad QB, he still produces well. They're playing against the Lions this week. Very easily exploitable run defense. I easily see Montgomery getting at least 10 points, no problem. He's probably going to get more. I expect him getting a touchdown. But yeah, I think he's a must start this week.
Moving on to bust. This guy is also one of our favorite guys to hate on. It's Miles Sanders.
Yeah, we do.
He's projected 12.62 points. They're playing Green Bay. Green Bay isn't the best rushing defense, so there is potential with Sanders. I just want to put that out there. But he hasn't scored a touchdown since the beginning of October. Granted, he has been hurt, but he still played enough games where he should have scored. He hasn't. Even with that, remember when he did score, they were all super long touchdowns.
I will say that his yards per carry is in terms of quality running backs, might be top 5 in the league, but I feel like that number is very skewed because I know for a fact he has at least 275 yard runs.
Touchdowns. That's a lot.
And you don't. That's not like a stat where you don't think, oh, he has 2, he's gonna get another 74 yard touchdown. That's an outlier that you should not be relying on, especially when it comes down to stats.
Yeah. And I mean, Eagles want to be competitive. If you want to keep up with the Packers, you need to score points. You're not going to do that running the ball with Sanders, in my opinion. I mean, he might get some points for you in the pass game, but I just don't like him. If you have to start him because you don't have good running backs, I understand. But if you have, quality running backs like Montgomery, I would start Montgomery over Sanders. So I would say stay away.
All right. My bust, and I think it's a guy that you especially really like. I think he's proven me wrong from the beginning of the season, is Antonio Gibson.
I knew it. But it makes sense. I already know why.
I mean, if you know why, they're playing against the Steelers. It's going to be a tough game, tough game. Steelers run defense, best in the league. Pass rush defense, one of the best in the league. I see Alex Smith. He's not going to have a lot of time. He's going to have to, dink it. Gibson is not the pass catching back. It's McKissick. I don't see Gibson doing as well as he's been doing. And he's been phenomenal. I think borderline running back, low end running back one numbers. Yeah. This week, I think same scenario because he is such a
good player.
If you
have to.
If you don't have other guys, I would start him still. But I think if you're choosing between him and another player, I would rather prefer another one. But yeah, it's tough to say that he's going to have a bad game, but he is a quality running back nonetheless.
Yeah. I have him with Hunt, Cook, and Aaron Jones. I probably will end up choosing Hunt over Gibson. But anyways. Moving on to sleeper. It's a bit of a deep sleeper. Wanted to help some of you guys who are kind of thin. It's Latavius Murray on the Saints.
Oh, that's not a bad choice.
Yeah, so he's projected 6.3 points. He did just have a really good game, which I don't know why.
I don't understand either.
I understand why. But I do know, though, he is used. I read a stat saying 75% of his carries come near the goal line. So he's sort of their goal line back.
Which is crazy when you have one of the best running backs.
Probably the best, honestly.
That's so good.
Yeah, but But the thing that goes for Latavius is obviously they have Taysom Hill. They're not going to throw the ball as often. At the same time, Latavius has been averaging about 10 carries, which is pretty good for a second tier running or second in the depth chart running back. So if you're really thin and you just need maybe that one guy that has a potential of getting you like 10 points, I think Latavius is a good player.
All right. I mean, that's a great pick. I have Damian Harris as my sleeper this week.
Patriots.
They're playing against the Chargers, and Chargers just gave up a ton of yards
To Singletary, dude.
and Moss. I mean, it's pretty bad when you give up a ton of yards to those two guys.
Singletary looked like a Hall of Famer out there, dude.
The only reason why I choose him as a sleeper is because James White was very involved last week. I feel like Harris is their best back, and it's a tough running back committee they got going on. But nonetheless, I still think Harris is the best running back out of the group, and I think when it comes down to it, he will be the go-to guy.
That's such a good pick because the Chargers D is ass too. So.
Yeah, I mean, if two Bills running backs who have been all season terrible can get those yardage, imagine like decent running backs.
Yeah, and it's not like Cam is gonna beat us. It's not Cam, so I agree.